I'm going to make a failed attempt to try to describe and explain something that doesn't have a description or explanation. And in my failed attempt, I hope you don't see what it is, but more importantly, I hope you don't see what it isn't. When you in this industry for this long, or even the beginning of it, you're talking with people, and they're trying to grasp at something. They're trying to cling to an understanding of how to take a better care of themselves, and take better care of their bodies. And they're trying to find goals, and they're trying to find steps to reach those goals. And oftentimes, when people assume that you have the answer to that, you've been doing it for a long time, and how do you do it, and how do you keep going through it, they ask you, and they ask you with a sense of hope that you can explain this thing. And then, because it's a business, and because you want people to feel comfort, you try to come up with something. You try to describe, you try to give it an identity, you try to give it a meaning. You try to also give it steps so that they don't fail along the way, even though they're going to and they need to. But in reality, this thing of what we're trying to do, and how and what you do, and what you're aiming at, and all those things, and what you're doing to get there, it doesn't have an explanation. People often ask me, well, how do you stay motivated? It's not there. I'm not motivated, I'm not unmotivated. There is no description for it. There are no words to go through it, to explain it. And it's not in the same intensity and feeling, but it's could you describe having a child? If you're a parent and you have children, could you even begin to explain what it means to have a child to someone who doesn't? Can you even begin to put it into words, the love you have for them? You can't. It's there, and it's immense, and it's infinite, and it's there, and you feel it, but you can't even begin to put it into words. Can you explain the love you have for your parents? Can you explain the love you have for a gardener, someone who's been there for you when you were in your most vulnerable, impressionable state? Can you even attempt to even do it? It's just there. You don't need to explain it. You can't explain it. You can't put a title to it. And that is where the power of this, and the immense confidence that you will not be able to explain happens. It just is. What we sell, not us particularly, but just our industry, what it sells is, it sells control, and it sells obedience, because it starts to define things, and puts borders, and it puts rigidness, and it puts things in law, like this is what that is. And people cling to those things because it's comforting. They feel like it gives them a guarantee that the thing that I'm working towards, my efforts will be rewarded, not only in my exertion and my physical efforts, but also financially, what I'm contributing to. And as a business, you need to have something along those lines, because you can't sell nothing to people, even though what this is it's the nothingness of it all. And the power of the nothingness of it all, and where you will thrive, and where your progress is, and where your happiness, and where your fulfillment and sustainability will be in the nothingness of this all. But what people are looking for is, whether it's social media or the news, like they're looking for these little tidbits, these little factoids. Okay, I need to eat this much protein. I need to do this type of workout. I need to do this type of supplement. And the person that's telling me these things, they're an expert, because I like their charisma. I think they're attractive. They have a big number, a big following on their page. There's a lot of comments in the section, so they know something. They know something that I don't. There's comfort in that. There's also obedience in that, because now you are defining this thing, that this is what this is. And then the reality of it is, it's nothing. And how we describe it, and how I've shown it myself guilty of, like, well, what is discipline? Because that's what you're going to need. What is accountability? What does that look like? It's 4 a.m. in the morning, and you're putting that at the bottom of the page, guilty of it. It's sweating in here when there's no one in here, guilty of promoting that. And these are not bad things. They're not bad things at all. But it's incomplete. It's missing the fuel. It's missing the drive. It's missing the thing that you can't explain. And that's the thing that people need to strive for. But it's not comforting, because it doesn't have an answer. It's not a thing that you can see. But it is those things. It is that thing, because whatever you decide to do, whether it's diet or nutrition, if it's physical in nature, if it's performance, any of those things that you're shooting at, like, it's going to require you to do them over and over and over again for a long period of time, for a consistent period of time. And no matter how new it is, how shiny it is, no matter what the data says, and it's creditable or not credible, whatever it is, you still need to have that something that's going to move you towards it and get you to do it over and over and over again. And that doesn't have an explanation. That thing doesn't. What you're looking at, that's your goal. Here are the steps. You do these things. You mix this, you eat this, you do this as your sets and reps. That's the journey, right? You have these things. Now you have those in place. But now you need to have that something that gets you to do it when you're having a bad day, when you're having a good day, when your spouse is getting on your nerves, when your kids are getting on your nerves, when you have a phenomenal day and you just want to sit in it in the bliss of what good is going on in your life, but you still need to do this thing. All of those things are what is going to make this journey, this path, difficult, but also rewarding because you're going to go through it. And what is it going to be, that thing that pushes you through it? What's going to get you to go and keep pushing through those things? The author, writer, philosopher Alan Watt has a great description of just the mindset of this, not this in particular as it relates to this, but he looked at it as far as playing music and dance. You don't play music to get to a certain spot, and you don't dance to reach a certain spot on the dance floor. You play to play. You participate, but you participate in a way that doesn't have any borders. It doesn't have anything that boxes you in. It doesn't have anything that confines you. You just participate. You just play. You can't explain it. You just do it. And unfortunately, another one of the examples was, it's like trying to plant a seed in the frozen ground. Like, if the soil isn't ready, you can't really explain what that is to someone. If you aren't ready to just go and go play and operate in the nothingness of it all, the thing that doesn't have an explanation, the thing that doesn't have a description, the thing that gives you comfort, but also in that comfort, it confines what your curiosity be. It confines what you're able to do, and that's where you want space to move. But you try to plant this seed in someone who's not ready for it, there's no explanation for it. You can't describe it. To take it one more step further, to give a physical example of it, is, right, ask most people what this is, and anyone over the age of 3 is going to be right. It's a circle, right? But what if it's a hole in the wall? This is what you don't see. This is the nothingness of it all. This is where you play. This is where you dance. In our industry, what I'm trying to get you to do, what our industry is trying to get, is for you to follow this circle. It's round, and it can be a number of things, but it's round, and it's this. This is what in shape looks like. This is what success looks like. This is what belonging and being part of something looks like. It is defined, and it's understandable, and you feel safe, and you feel comfortable. But the reality of it, it is nothing. It's nothing at all. It's here. Hole in the wall, this is something, it's here. But it can be anything. You don't know what it has. No rules. It has no laws. It has no, this is what it has to be. This is how you operate. It's something, right? But you can't describe it. You can't describe it. And thank goodness that you can't. The beauty in it not having any bounds, the beauty of it not having a description or identity, gives you the freedom to play, to participate. Because in that participation is where you are going to thrive. Whatever goal you set, physical, mental, emotional, you need to live in the nothingness of it all. You don't need to be in this space where we try to get you. This is where we get our money from you, right here, because I can control you. I can give you order because I say that it's a circle. And anything that's not a circle, you think you're wrong because you think I have the answer. I present that I have the answer because of who I am and what I look like and what you perceive me to be. I get to put on my mask. But the reality, you unmask this thing, your beauty, your steps, your progress, everything is in the nothingness here. It's nothing at all. It has no explanation. It has no identity. It has no comforting feeling. It doesn't give you security. And that is exactly where you want to be, because now you have the freedom to move and explore and be curious of how you get these things done. There's something here, but more importantly, it's nothing.